2, 3. Hey y'all, it's Betsy. Today I figured we would do a 5-minute face video. This is my go-to look whenever I'm not filming. So I figured this would be kind of fun, and I get asked a lot about what I wear on the daily, and these are products that I use quite a bit and absolutely love. It may take a little bit longer than 5 minutes as I try to talk you through it, but I figured we'd give it a shot. So as you can see, I have a clean canvas. My skin is washed and moisturized already. Now, first thing I always do is I always wear a primer. My skin can be a little bit dry, and right now I'm using the Dr. Brandt Luminizer primer. I will try to link all of the products that I use down in the description box. But this is my go-to look when I'm not in the mood to do a whole lot of eyeshadow and things like that, because not every day is a day I get full glam, especially on days whenever I'm not filming. I wear a lot more makeup on days that I film than on days that I don't. So this is my Estee Lauder Double Wear in the color 3-1N Beige. It is one of my favorites. And I have actually really been enjoying this flat top kabuki brush from the Morphe set. It's the Complexion Goals set. It is $25 at Ulta, and I think they have it on the Morphe website as well. It really does a nice job in blending out your foundation. Now, you do not have to use a brush. You can use a sponge or your fingers or whatever you would like. And as you can tell, this is a full coverage foundation, because even on, unless I'm going outside or things like that, on a regular day, I typically wear a full coverage foundation. It's not that my skin isn't smooth. I don't have a whole lot of acne anymore. I mean, every once in a while I get a hormonal breakout. I have had more issue with acne since having kids than I did as a teenager. And as you can see, it's a good medium to full coverage foundation. I mean, I wouldn't say it's completely full coverage, because as you can see, some of my hyperpigmentation still comes through. But it does a really good job, and it lays on my skin nicely. And during the colder months, I typically have more dry skin, and during the summer I get super oily. I don't really have combo skin. It's just my skin and my routine changes depending on what time of the year. And now, this is not a luminizing foundation. It is a pretty matte finish foundation, and I always blend down my neck, because my skin on my neck and my face is paler than the rest of my body, so that just helps everything blend in nicely. Plus, that way you don't have like a big, huge demarcation line of where your makeup is if it doesn't match perfectly to your neck. So, foundation is on. And even on a quick makeup day, I still will use a cream contour. I don't go heavy into the contour, but I like that it gives my face some warmth. And I'll either use the same beauty blender or the same brush just to blend that out. And as you can tell, when I'm blending out, I blend up towards my hairline. It blends out better that way, and you don't get that muddy contour look that can happen. So just keep it back towards your hairline. It makes it look much more natural. But as you can see, that blends out nicely, and that is the Mocha contour stick from Fenty Beauty. My go-to everyday concealer at this point is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define. This is the color C6. It matches pretty well with my skin tone, and we've been working so much on the building and things like that. I definitely have some eye baggage to conceal. So there we go. Same brush that I used before. And just blend that out. And it doesn't take a whole lot of concealer. I know a lot of people will take and cake on the concealer. And on my skin, which is, I don't have mature skin yet, but I do have fine lines and wrinkles. I mean, I'm in my 30s, so that does start to happen. And I don't want to have, whenever I smile, for it to look crepey, I guess is the best way to say it. As you age, it seems like the skin around your eyes and things like that gets much, much drier. Now I'm just taking a big powder brush. This is the RCMA No Color Powder. And I'm just going to set under my eyes, my eyelids, around my nose, and my small lines. That typically is about all that I need. Now whenever I'm going full on glam, I will take and set the whole face, but as I said, today's kind of an easy 5-minute face. Now to do my brows, the Brow Power Pencil in Universal Taupe by IT Cosmetics is one of my favorites. This one came in a boxy charm, but I have actually purchased this a few times. I like a pencil more than I like the pomades. I'll either use a pencil or a powder. I think it gives a much more natural look than the sharpness of when you use a pomade. And right now I'm not going too intense with the brows, just filling them in lightly. And as you saw, I used the spoolie end at first to brush them into place. And once they're brushed into place, I fill them in and then take the spoolie again and brush it out. So there you go. As you can see, it's nothing complicated. Now I'm going to use the Hourglass Ambient Light Volume 3. This was the Christmas edition, and I'm using the number 5 right here, which is Surreal Halo. I like this dark, and I dust off the excess. And I'm sorry if I'm talking fast, I'm just trying to show you that this is a quick and easy 5-minute face video. And then typically once I put the blush on, I'll take my powder brush again and just brush it down to tone down the blush a little bit. So now brows and all that are done. So I'm going to take my eyelash curler. I typically try to curl my eyelashes at all points because my eyelashes are thick. They're not super long, but when I put on mascara, they can get weighed down. And this is the Benefit Bad Girl Bang. I just got this mascara in last week and I've used it like crazy. I like the brush on it. But you can see how much difference just having mascara on one eye does versus no mascara. Typically, if I have any makeup on, I will always have mascara on because I cannot leave the house without mascara unless I don't have any makeup on. And as you see, I touched my cheek a little bit, so we'll let that dry and we'll go ahead and line our lips. This is the Boldly Bare Lip Pencil by MAC. It's hard to talk when you are lining your lips. And my hands look absolutely grubby. We've been painting the building and we are using, because the back part of the building has epoxy paint. It has, let me rephrase that. The back part of the building has cinder block walls. So we are using epoxy paint and it doesn't come off as easy as latex. Okay, and then this is the MAC lipstick, matte lipstick in Velvet Teddy, which is one of my favorite go-to nudes. So let's go ahead and dust away where I touched my cheek with mascara. And now all that we have left to do is set our face. This is my favorite setting spray, the Matte Fix Plus. And I typically always set my face. It helps my foundation last longer. But there you go. Hopefully you like this, my little 5-minute face video. If you do, give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you hit the little bell notification icon next to it, that will notify you when I post new videos. But I guess that's it. So don't forget to check me out on all my social medias, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You can add me as a friend. If you check out my Pinterest, I have all my keto recipes and things like that on there. But I guess that's it. So